Fala pessoal, de boa, continuando a nossa gameplay do Warframe. Se estiverem gostando do conteúdo do canal, convido vocês a deixar o like e se inscrever. É apenas dessa forma que a plataforma acaba reconhecendo o nosso trabalho. Então vamos pro vídeo. Estamos iniciando a jornada A Jogada de Glast e a gente precisa conversar com esse velho aí, né? Então pode ir em qualquer relay, mas vindo aqui pelo sindicato já é mais rápido, né? Porque a gente já vai direto pra onde ele tá. Então vamos conversar com ele aqui. Só encontrar ele?
Time is credit, Tenno, so we'll forego the usual formalities. We have a dire problem, you see, concerning the Mycona people. Have you heard of them? I see you. Well, they are quite resourceful. Unusual, really. The Mycona earn a living by harvesting the biological products of the infested. A dangerous trade, and we Perrin have always given them fair value for their goods. But I've received disturbing news. That cleric of greed, Nef Anyo, has raided their colony, making off with more than just the resources they depend on. It seems he took, well, here, look at this.
The dark-eyed man smashed our colony gates and kidnapped us. Locked us in here. But I don't care. It's Mom and Dad I'm worried about. Without the gates, the mumblers will be coming. They'll get sick, they'll start to mumble too. That can't happen. Papa says I'm blessed, so maybe I should pray? I'll pray for the Tenno to come. I'll pray for the Tenno to save my family.
She was taken along with several more Myconian children. Those who remain are under siege from the infestation. Before we can rescue Niwa and the other captives, we must first restore the Myconians' defenses. Our financial strength is useless against the mindless horde. We need Tenno muscle. Will you help Niwa's people? Such generosity! I knew the Myconians could rely on you, Tenno.
Aí a gente acaba voltando pra nave e demos início à sua história.
Tenno, I trust Ergo Glast, but a colony that survives amid the infestation, it seems impossible.
In his gluttony, Mr. Anyo took more than Mycona's most promising youth. He left the colony defenseless. 3 gateways lead into the colony. They all need to be shut.
Bom, temos que ir até o ponto do nosso objetivo.
See those infested tumors? Growing with malignancy, as greed did among the corpus when I was there. The Myconians can't close the gates until these growths are destroyed. The colonists are going to force the security gate closed. Don't let the infested get to them. Don't let greed win.
Aí agora a gente precisa ficar aqui, ó, eliminando os inimigos, tá? Que vão ir aparecendo bem tranquilo até o progresso ali da porta estar no 100%. Coisa bem simples, tá? Essa parte aqui da jornada é bem de boa.
One door has been closed. 2 remain. Carry on. When that gluttonous freak, Mr. Anyo, attacked this colony, he went straight for the Triuna. He left these people defenseless. And for what? Profit? Typical corpus mindset. Here's the second security gate. Destroy the infestation so the colonists can force it closed. That's it. Now Now make sure the Myconians can finish the job and close the gate.
Só ir repetindo o mesmo processo, tá? Mato todos os inimigos aí.
Progress. Only one more to go. These people are survivors. Over generations they've adapted, learning to live among the infestation. To earn a living is all should have the right to do, never asking for charity. Like the parent sequence. They were corpus once, but they too sought a future free from the corruption of boundless grief. Only Mr. Anyo shared this vision.
A porta vai abrir e a gente precisa repetir todo o processo de novo, tá? Elimina aí os inimigos e destrói lá os tumores.
Here come the colonists. Make sure they can finish their job. But it's still crawling with infested. Clear them out so the Myconians can have their home back.
Aí uma marcação de inimigo apareceu aqui no mapa. Só ir lá e eliminar também, bem de boa.
The Myconians are safe, but only for the moment. Get back to your ship, and I'll explain. You fought with a generous spirit, Tenno, but now we must work to free the Myconians and return the Triuna. The sequence offered to pay Anyo an exorbitant ransom, but he laughed it off. He doesn't need the money. So, we have no choice but to exploit Anyo's weakness. His love of gambling. Our only chance of freeing these people is to challenge Anyo and his brokers in the Index.
Slow down, Glast. My Tenno have already offered immense help, and now you want them to enter the Index? This is dangerous work.
Fair, but the Myconians aren't asking for charity. Their ancestral understanding of the infestation comes from an old war relic. A relic that I know will be of extreme interest to you. Return the Triuna and the relic will be yours. A fair compensation for the risk. To beat Mr. Anyo at his own game, we must first show him that we are worthy competitors. Only then will he let us enter the upper echelons of this foul index.
E aqui a gente conhece o Index, né? É onde a gente farma o dinheiro, a moeda do game aqui, tá? Onde a gente tem ali dois lados apostando, né? Então, a gente aposta 100 mil, eles apostam 120. Quem ganhar aqui leva tudo isso daí, no total 220, tá? É uma coisa interessante aí também, beleza? Então vamos lá.
By the void, ergo Glast. I thought you hated my index.
Yes, well, since you've refused our generous offer for their return, we've come to play the odds and win back the souls you stole. Tell me, are you feeling lucky?
Luck.
E essa parte aqui da gameplay eu vou cortar bastante, então eu vou só explicar por cima, tá? Pra gente vencer, eliminando os inimigos, eles deixam um ponto verde que vocês vão coletar. Quanto mais ponto vocês juntarem ali no seu personagem, maior será o bônus ao entregar eles no campo do adversário, tá? Então, quanto mais tiver, melhor. Porém, quanto mais ponto você carrega, mais fraco o teu Warframe vai ficar também, tá? Então assim, quanto mais ponto eu vou pegando, dá pra ver que meu HP vai reduzindo. E aí eu peguei 5 pontos, pode ver que embaixo já tá escrito ali, ó, bônus, mais 2. Então, quanto mais pontos vocês estiverem juntando ali, maior vai ser o bônus na hora da entrega. Porém, mais fraco vocês vão estar e corre o risco de morrer também. Detalhe maior do porquê que vai demorar isso. Seguinte, cada rodada são 3 minutos. Se vocês perder na primeira aqui e finalizar os 3 minutos com os inimigos tendo mais pontos que vocês, perdeu 100 mil e já era. Se vocês vencerem, isso aqui vai ir até 3 rodadas. E aí que é o detalhe, pra gente vencer o index então, 3 rodadas de 3 minutos já deu 9 minutos aí. Essa jornada a gente vai fazer umas 5 ou 6 index dessa daqui. Então já deu pra entender aí, né? Faz 5 vezes 9 aí, já vai dar a quantidade de tempo que vocês vão levar no mínimo pra completar essa jornada aqui. Porque ainda tem missão e outras coisas pra fazer. Então, resumindo, eu vou ir cortando pra agilizar aqui o detalhe. E vou mostrando, claro, as conversas ali dos personagens, porque isso daí faz parte da história, beleza? Só manter a pontuação mais alta do que a do inimigo. Tentar evitar morrer aí pros caras não pegar seus pontos e já entregar. E é isso aí.
You never were much of a gambler. Haven't you risked enough already?
If you're referring to all the titles and assets you failed to steal after my resignation, I've never been richer. I've gained a soul and seen the truth away. Anyo, the rising tides of prosperity ought to raise all who brave the ocean.
Careful, Glass. You might drown.
We want our prisoners back. Wager them before this gets expensive for you.
Fine, I'll throw in one of the prisoners. He's not the one I was looking for anyway. But the girl, she stays with me. Interesting performance, Glass. But do your brokers have the credits to keep going?
Glast, why is Nex interested in Niwa? What are you not telling us?
I can only assume Anyo is trying to bait us back to the Index. Thankfully, his gambling is a compulsion. We must win her back for the Myconians.
I see.
I'm willing to bet 1 or 2 of these useless children if it means a chance to bankrupt your bleeding heart parent sequence. All those executives will surely come crawling back to me. Fodder for the Index.
As apostas agora aumentaram, né? Então, a mesma coisa, tá? Só repetir o processo. No caso, esse index eu cortei ele inteiro, tá? Porque a gente não teve nenhuma conversa ali dos personagens relacionados à história, tá? E, mano, é aquela parte, né? A cada 3 minutos vocês têm que ter mais pontos que os inimigos, tá? Pelo menos nessa jornada aqui, infelizmente, é 9 minutos cada index, né? Então não tem pra onde correr. É só ir repetindo o processo, entregando ponto e já era.
Oh, by the void, you got me right in the pocketbook, Tenno. Keep doing that and I'm going to have to ask Fraud Beck for a loan.
The dark-eyed man came today. He tapped the bars and said soon we'd be put to work. Fine, I screamed at him. Only if you tell us what's going on. Are my parents safe? He just laughed at me and said something about the void. I wonder what the mumblers would do to his face.
I can feel the void in these brokers. They're full of fight. Oh, by all means, Glass, keep the credits rolling. Fortune is like the seasons. It always changes. Well, for you, that is.
Aí o mesmo esquema, tá? As apostas ficaram ainda mais altas. O nosso lucro também se ganhar, mas é 9 minutos de novo da mesma coisa.
All right, my loyal brokers. These fools wish to be parted with their credits. Let's see if we can't give them what they deserve. Buy the void. Ring the bell.
Python broker with many.
What was that? This is highly irregular. The odds of that occurring by accident are astronomical. This was an act of sabotage.
Então já deu pra entender que já está acontecendo algumas sabotagens aí no meio desse index, né? Porque como deu pra reparar ali, eu morri pro terminal e não foi pros inimigos. Então é bom ficar ligeiro nisso daí também, porque vai começar as merdas já já. Mas dá pra vencer tranquilamente ainda por enquanto. Aí eu só continuei fazendo o padrão ali também, tá? Pegando bastante ponto, vencendo os inimigos, matando eles, entregando. E já era, a gente chegou na terceira rodada aqui já pra encerrar mais essa parte da história e continuar ela também, beleza?
Glast, in light of their recent performance, we have decided to relist your brokers. You may now compete openly on the index. You're in the big leagues now, little man. May the void keep you from ruin.
Success! We've been relisted. We can now place the kind of bets we need to attract the greed of Anyo. We need to entice him enough to wager the hostages and the Triuna. However, we must exercise caution. Don't come on too strong, or he will back off. We need to, as they say, hustle him.
E lá vamos nós de novo. As apostas aumentaram novamente, mais 9 minutos de index.
Fight hard and win, but not by so much as to make the mark nervous. If Anyo loses by a wide margin, his gambler's instincts will make him walk away, and we'll have failed the Myconians, failed Niwa. Keep your victory within this margin.
Nesse index aqui ele é um pouquinho diferenciado, tá? A gente precisa vencer os inimigos ali com uma margem de vitória de no máximo 10 pontos. Passou disso aí, lascou, tá? Então o que a gente faz? Entrega ali uma quantidade de ponto e fica protegendo aqui na base, tá? Tudo que aparecer mata e já era, não deixa eles entregar. E finaliza aí as rodadas do index. Só repetir o processo.
This is it, Anyo. If we win this one, we're fighting for the return of Niwa in the next round. That, or we will walk away with your credits.
You're in no position to dictate terms. You forget, this is my index.
Ah, did you hear that, Tenno? Mr. Anyo is afraid he'll lose. Mr. Anyo, are you afraid the Void is no longer on your side?
Blasphemy! I am an instrument of the Void's will. From the Void flows fortune to those worthy.
Then prove you are worthy, Anyo. Up your ante, Niwa and the Triuna.
The Void has spoken to me, Glast. I'll give you the chance you want, but it will cost you dearly. I will wager these pitiful colonists and their totem, but you must put in kind. If I lose, they're yours. But should I win, Glast, your corpus titles, holdings, land, all will be mine. So, what do you say?
I'm in.
Papa said I was born special. Niwa, he said, you're not just our child. You're the Triuna, our protector. I guess no one asks to be the Triuna. It was just my turn. But without me, the Mumblers will take all of our families. They'll be mushed together like smudged ink. Lost forever. I have to get out of here. I have to get home.
Niwa is the Triuna. That's why Neff's so interested in her. Suddenly, this all makes sense. The Myconians had concealed her abilities to protect her. But why give a child such a burden?
My dear Glast, why are you so eager to tempt ruin for a little girl? You'll soon see how the Void favors my fortune above yours.
Wealth has no purpose until turned against suffering. I'd wager more if I had it.
As apostas aumentaram de novo, porém, esse aqui vai ser mais rápido e vocês vão entender o porquê.
Your winning streak stops here. The index is mine, after all.
What is this? What's going on? On you, swear on the void that you're not cheating.
My dear Glass, I assure you I have no idea what you're talking about.
Keep fighting, Tenno. I'm investigating the source of these anomalies.
Basicamente esse index será apenas uma rodada de 3 minutos, tá? Porque a gente não consegue entregar pontos, porque o terminal deles foi sabotado. Olha lá, ó. E a gente não consegue, ó. Chegou perto, o raio vai lá e dá hit kill na gente, beleza?
Glast, it looks like your crack team of brokers just cracked under pressure. Now I'm in the black. You're facing financial ruin. A deserving end for your contempt of the corpus way of life. They made you what you are. You deserve bankruptcy.
Ergo's suspicions are correct. Neff cheated. I have identified the systems responsible for these cheats. I need you to break into Annual Corp's servers and steal the control codes for his traps. You are here to steal the control codes to Neff Anyo's traps. Only then can he be defeated in the index.
Tenno, I need not remind you there is little margin for error. The fraudster cannot know we have gained the upper hand.
Aí a gente precisa sabotar ali os 3 terminais que a gente tem aqui no mapa, né? Coisa bem tranquila. Já chegamos no primeiro. No A. Beleza, já cheguei nele também. E vamos recuperar os dados e ir pro B.
This isn't a code, it's something else. A recording from Tenno. Continue with your mission while I decrypt this message.
Chegamos no B. Vamos invadir lá o lugar. Pera aí. Essa daí eu não fiz a build ainda. Pronto. Resolvido o problema. Aí aqui a gente tem os lasers. Tem que tomar cuidado também com essas câmeras, tá, ó. Que vão estar no canto ali também pra não informar a tua posição. Tá, porra. Aquele ali voou, hein. Vou passar. Dá uma olhada em tudo aqui. E a gente já vai chegar na porta também, né? Tem outros caminhos pra fazer, mas esse aqui é bem rápido, então vamos pegar os dados aqui e ir no próximo.
This is it. The code.
You have executed the plan beautifully. Get ready for your next battle on the index. The outcome promises to be much different.
Já chegamos no C também, vamos invadir o lugar. Opa, esse aqui é dos lasers. É, eu poderia passar com o fantasma da Wisp ali por dentro deles, mas dá nada. Vamos de boa, na tranquilidade, eu enrosquei. É, quebra aqui, tem espaço, beleza. Calma que esse aqui vai pra lá. Já pensou meu cachorro ativo? Aí pronto, eu tô na bosta. Passar por aqui também. Dá uma olhadinha pra ver se tem espaço aqui, beleza. Chegamos na porta, vamos pegar os dados e depois disso é só ir embora.
You got it. The data is still intact. We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
How much longer can I go on for? The passing will come in a few years with no one to take the Triuna from me. I'll just be gone, surrounded by rusting robots, and the Triuna will be lost forever.
Virgo, what is this passing? What do you know about the Triuna?
Triuna is the Myconian's chosen one. It passes from one to the next in a simple ceremony. A pinprick on the finger is all it is.
A disease.
Yes, likely. The Myconians may be carriers with ancestral resistance to the infestation. Or they are merely keepers of the flame, perpetuating a weaker strain through this ritual.
The infested fear hybrids.
They do, and so the Myconians harvest them without violence. That is their way of life. Eventually, the Triuna succumbs to the burden, and so they must pass it on, and on, lighting a new torch before the other fades away.
Fades? You mean dies. We could cure her before that happened.
Of what? An extraordinary gift? No Triuna would ever want to lose that. They live in honor, to serve their people, for the greater good.
But they're only children.
It's over, Glast. I have everything I want. Niwa is mine, and the sequence's president is in ruin. You have nothing to wager that interests me.
The Myconians do. An old war relic will be our wager. In a way, a product of the void. Something you might have more than passing interest for. Am I right?
Don't kid yourself. What? It's disgusting. It's beautiful. Those colonists would wager this? Don't those idiots realize how much this is worth?
All or nothing. Held in escrow. Are you in, Neff?
Yes. By the void, I'm in.
E aí, como padrão, a aposta aumentou e agora sim a gente chega no último index. Ainda assim é mais 9 minutos, então vamos lá.
I've grown tired of this, brokers. Dish out your humiliation so I may retire to counting my riches.
Brokers holding many...
Wait, what is this? Play fair, you metal wretches! Brokers? How are they winning? By the void, this is my index! This shouldn't be possible! Brokers, what's going on? Are you trying to get fired?
Don't you recognize the free market in action, Mr. Anyo? Allow my brokers to teach you how it's supposed to work.
Glast, what have you done?
I guess the odds aren't in your favor today, Neff.
Well, well, look at that. Even a loser can win a coin toss now and then. Now, let's say we do a rematch. I'll throw in some of your old holdings in Eris.
I think we'll cash in now, Mr. Anyo. Don't want to push our luck too far.
What? No, wait just a moment. I have an exciting wager for you. Ore discoveries in the outer sectors. And to up the ante, a new squadron of Bursas hot off the assembly line. What do you say? Are you in? Hello? Answer me!
Lotus, you may now return the child to her people.
She could be cured. Why return her? So she lives a shortened life surrounded by monsters?
Surrounded by family. Her people who honor her. Are you really going to impose your own values on these people you don't understand?
She only thinks this is what she wants. What you call tradition, others call indoctrination. If she comes to the relay and is cured, she's free to return to her people if that's her choice.
And the Myconians? Without the passing, their way of life will end forever. Their skills, their traditions, wiped out by a powerful outsider.
They'd have to adapt, yes. We do our best to protect them, as we do for all that suffer. Tenno, you've lived through similar obligations. What would you choose for Niwa?
E aqui a gente tem a escolha do jogador, né? Mandar ela pra casa, deixar ela decidir ou curar ela, tá? Eu irei escolher deixar ela decidir o que fazer, beleza? Então ela tome as suas próprias decisões do que ela achar melhor. Vamos lá.
I've returned to my people, but I've decided I will be the last Triuna. I want a future where all of the children can be happy. A new tradition. Papa is so proud of me. The last Triuna and greatest of all. The one that changed Myconians forever.
E é isso aí, pessoal. Finalizamos aqui mais uma jornada, tá? A jogada de Glast, e recebemos aqui o diagrama do Nidos, beleza? Então, depois é só farmar as peças dele ali pra gente criar o Warframe. Se gostou, deixa o like, se inscreva no canal. Valeu, falou e até a próxima.